Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So, I haven't posted in a while because I really haven't traded in a while. I've just kind of went back into myself. I had another blow up. It seemed to have been happening every time I went back live. Let's see. It was a big one this time, and it was big enough for me to decide that I needed to take a breather. I was going at 100 miles an hour. I was trying to work. I was trying to trade. I was trying to work on myself. I was trying to jog and do all kinds of shit, and I think it just was too much. Too fast for your boy over here to get it done. Maybe age has something to do with that. I don't know. Whatever. It doesn't matter. It is what it is. But the reason that I had to take it off was I had an okay day. I don't mind taking a loss. It's part of the market and it's part of the game. So I've been trying to get okay with loss. It sucks. I want to win everything. I want to be the best at everything. So taking a loss was a big one for me to kind of get over. So what happened was I was bullshit trading. I was trading not at levels. I was trading not at resistances as a support. Resistances at supports. I wasn't trading at any levels. There was no rhyme reason. There was literally nothing. No signals letting me know I should get in here. I was taking longs on the backside thinking, yeah, it's going to come back. And no, it's not. I had to reevaluate again what I was looking for. And that's what I love about this game is, I've had to do this a few times and each time it sucks, whatever. But each time I'm a different trader each time. What I mean by that is I understand more of the market. I understand a little bit more. This small little piece comes together, this tiny little, light bulb click comes, and, each time it's been a different situation, but each time I've been able to take massive lessons from these losses. This loss happened to be, I was at like negative, no. Y'all are gonna love this. I was actually up $80. It was my third day in a row. I was up over $80. And what did my dumbass do? I took a trade on a stock. Don't even remember it. Don't even care. All I remember is the lesson. I took this stock. I got in. Again, playing fast and loose. Not at a level. Not at a whole or $half number. Not at a support. Not at a resistance. Not at a high. Not at a pre-market high. Not at a high a day. Low a day. There was no reason for me to get in. I just thought, hey, we've got. I watched these 6 big ass green candles form. Go ahead, Pat. Get your ass in there. And what happened? 14 seconds later, I'm down $400. Actually, I was down $300 at that point. Immediately took a $300 loss. And what did my dumbass do? I went back in for another one. I was like, I ain't having that. And I took another $400 loss. I lost 90% of my equity in one day, in less than 5 minutes. That's what this market can do to you if you're not paying attention. That's not the lesson for today. That's just the reason we've been absent. Today, we did much better. It's a beautiful thing when you trade correctly. And again, over these 2 weeks, I wasn't just sitting back twiddling thumbs. I read a couple books. I did a lot of soul searching on, you know, what it is about me that I have all of this ambition, all of this energy, all of this potential. Man, it's like fucking crazy. And I always turn everything to shit. I thought, the world had it out against me. I thought God didn't love me. I thought a lot of things. I hope you're picking up what I'm about to put down for you right now, because it's those thoughts that are the reason that I didn't really do anything. I had the most limiting thoughts that somebody could have while having a large amount of ambition, a crazy amount of dedication, loyalty, stick-to-itiveness, and self-starterness, whatever. I don't even think that's a fucking word. But I get up and go, if there's an opportunity, I try to hop on it and get it and make it work for myself. A lot of the times it wasn't. And I quit smoking cigarette. This all started just trying to think better. I knew my thoughts were a little toxic. I had done some research on my now ex-girlfriend, not on her, but, some things that were going on in the relationship. And, in trying to explain to Google what was going on and where, you could point me in so I could learn something, I learned something about myself. I was a negative Nancy. That's such a pussy word to say. I was a negative fucking bitch, man. Like everything. And I'm so thankful that it all started like that. And, trying to get better, learning the psychology of a massive group of people to try to understand the markets better helped me find the biggest win that I've ever had. I played in World Series. I've won championships. I've been the reason we've won championships. I've also been the reason we lost a few games, maybe even a couple championships too. But I made a college baseball team. I was invited to a private tryout for major league teams and summer league teams and everything. I've done some things. I've cooked for great chefs. I've created, I've ran lines. I've done some things in my life. But this was the biggest lesson. This was the most beneficial lesson. And it all started trying to understand other people. And it made me understand myself and why things transpired the way they transpired. Now, this video is getting off subject. I know some of you guys out there might have a problem with that. That's just the way I talk, man. Like, I'm a full circle kind of cat. We're going to start here. We're going to jump around, go over here, but we're going to fill in those circles. And I think I've got a great way of conveying information. A lot of people get lost in the nuances of how I speak and how I kind of go around. I always bring it back, if you let me. I'm working on trying to get the story down, but, whatever, man. This is my YouTube channel, so I'm not trying to turn anybody off, but, still, I want to be me. And I don't want to placate for nobody. Again, this is a different side tangent that we're going. That's number 2. Again, another thing that I was able to capture about myself was now I'm starting to notice when I have these negative thoughts. And I mean, they would be to the point where I would get all this ambition to do this thing, and the first 7 thoughts afterwards are how I'm going to fuck this up. You know what I mean? Like immediately I got all this opportunity, and it's like, all right, you got it. It's yours. Run, go. And you're like, you're going to fuck this up. Somehow, some way, you're going to fuck this up. And it's like, how in the hell can I ever take a step forward when in my thoughts, I'm sprinting the other way? It's all kinds of craziness, but I wanted to give you an accurate picture of why we've been around, why we've been off so much, why I didn't do any stock market recap videos, because I wasn't trading. I literally took 2 weeks off of the market. I did not look at it. I woke up late. I mean, I say late, but 9 o'clock in the morning in California. But I say late because that would have been noon on the East Coast if the day was the same. So, I woke up a little bit late for 2 weeks. It was great. I took some time off of running. I had finally gotten to the point where I realized that it's like, yo, bro, you need to eat better because you don't got no energy. And you're forcing yourself to do these, double hill runs. And you're fucking out of shit. I mean, I told you, man, I don't like to sit back and wait. That's my biggest problem is I don't appreciate the process. But the process is the only way it's going to happen. Because if you get lost while doing the process, you'll never end up where you wanted to go because those lines are either parallel or perpendicular. They do not end up in the same spot. So if you're on this ambition track, whatever you want to fucking call it, some shit happens and now you're over here. Well, you don't walk in diagonals, you walk in straight lines. Those lines are now parallel. They'll never come back together, so to speak. But you got to find a way to get yourself back on the original track or whatever, because it's not going to happen. And that's the most valuable thing. So getting back to today, because I did trade today, I took 2 weeks off and then it was supposed to be paper trading for another 2 weeks. Just the strategy, because I finally kind of understand what it is about the strategy that works. And, I figured out some things. I'm a little later to the punch. I'm sure you smart stock market guys figured it out in the first 5 seconds of trading. And, but, hey, here I am a year and a half later, just figuring it out. Fuck it. Who cares? It's my ride, not yours. And if you did figure that out quickly, good for you, bro. You saved yourself a lot of heartache, or girl. Sis, bro, whoever you are, if you figured it out quick, good for you, man, or woman. But I'm a little slower on the uptick of things. So it took me a little bit of time to understand the strategy, and it's not necessarily as dire as I was thinking it would be in waiting for these stocks, because they do give you the opportunities if you know where you're looking for. But you got to know where you're looking for. I was fucking myself up and thinking, risk management and entry, exit, is it at a level, blah, blah, blah. And I had so much criteria that these things needed to meet that I would just see momentum, I'm in. Or I would watch momentum and more momentum and more momentum, and I'd be like, fuck it, I'm getting in, and it dies. Well, this game ain't for the faint of heart. This game ain't for the people that are going to sit back and wait to make a decision. This game is get up and fucking go now, because you wait 2 seconds. And we can just take my biggest, win from today. I was 3-2, 3 wins, 2 losses. What was it? Yeah, 3 wins, 2 losses. I was like, what? Why did I fuck that up? But it was 3 paper trades, 2 live trades. There we go. So I was telling myself this week, next week has got to be at a level. I've got to get this fucking system down, and I got to trade that system. And, it has to be, at a pre-market high, at a high of day, at a resistance point, at a support point. You know, these plays have to come in at these points. And I still fuck that up a little bit, but, you know, the stock market can be a very she can be a cold bitch, but she can also be kind of genuine and cool with you as well. And what I mean by that is if you're in and around the right entry, you can still make some money. You're not going to make as much money, but you're still going to make some money. It gives you that leeway. And what I mean by that is I saw a stock. It had really nice blasty green candle. A couple of guys in the chat room call them a boner candle. It was nice and boing. And then the next candle opened up and it went down a little bit, but it didn't go down that far. And all I saw was green prints and blasty, blasty, blasty on the level 2. And I was like, yeah, why didn't I get in? I don't fucking know. But that was at $3.50. I got into the stock at $4.13, and then it went on up into a halt. It halted going up, and then opened, or it halted at $4.34, and then opened up at $4.58, blasted to $4.80, came back down in the 60s region where I got out, but then ended up going to $5.36. I don't care to leave money on the table. I told myself, in getting to these trades, I need to be happy with a 20-cent win. If it's over 20 cents, I won. That's my ticket. That's my goal. That's my goal entry, or not entry, but exit on a stock. If I get in, I want at least 20 cents. I wanted 20 cents because I played baseball from the time I could walk, really, but 4-ish, 4.5, 5. I didn't hit my first home run till I was damn near 14 years old. No, I think it was 11, 12. No, it was going into the summer of my 13th birthday. That was my first home run. I had been playing baseball for almost 10 years before I hit a home run. So why am I thinking I'm going to hit a home run on the stock market relatively soon? I'm not Barry Bonds. I'm not Mark McGwire. I'm not Sammy Sosa. There's a reason that I said those names. We can go on, but I know we've got a different set of home run hitters these days, but those are my guys. Especially Sammy Sosa. He's a Cub. But corked bat, fucking who cares? You know what I mean? Like he still hit over 800 home runs. Or 700 home runs. You can go fuck yourself. But anyway, I told myself the stock is going to do 3 things. It's going to go like this. It's going to go like this. Or it's going to go like this. It's going to go sideways. It's going to go up. Or it's going to go down. In those moments, though, there are things that you can look out for to give yourself momentum. Volume, level 2, time in sales. Is it green prints? Is the bid getting eaten up? Is the ask getting eaten up? What's your bias? Are you short? Are you long? Once you've figured out all of that stuff, you know, all right, I'm long bias. Stock's got momentum. There's lots of volume. You know, lots and lots and lots of green prints. And the ask is getting obliterated. Well, that's a strong buy signal. So I was working on that today, and I went live because I switched off of my montage. Because to keep myself honest and taking this 2 weeks off, I didn't even refund. And I did that on purpose because I didn't want the temptation to get back in and possibly trade. I wanted to take a solid 2 weeks off of the market. So, and I know we're getting a little long here, guys, so I'm gonna let you go, but I just want to reiterate how important it is to only stick to those levels. tomorrow it's going to be a pre-market high, it's going to be a high of day, or it's going to be support and resistance, depending on if I'm long biased or short biased. Most of the time I'm going to be long biased because I don't short stocks yet. But so I'm only gonna even look at those setups that are even possible of happening, But I'm still gonna get in at my levels, I got in at $4.13, but at $4.17 was pre-market high of day. So I felt good with that entry. The other entries were 37, which was a support line, 60 and 68 and 75. 60 and 68 were dancing around a resistance level. 75 was not a strong resistance, but there was some resistance at that level. So in and around, I'm okay with. And that's what I mean by what I said earlier, by the stock market can be a little generous as well. If you get in and around the perfect entry point, you still can make some money. And I walked away green with $88 today. I'm fucking ecstatic about that. Why? It's $88. My mentor made 24,000 today. Another guy I watched made 10 grand today, almost 11,000 today. But $88, 17.5% of my entire account. And what did the market do today? The market went down as a whole. Oh, I mean, fuck, at one point it was down almost 14 fucking percent. But it closed over 10% down from its previous close. And I'm green 17.5%, while the whole market is down 10. That is what you got to do. I just have to continue to do that over and over and over and over and over again, and we're on our way. But I can guarantee you guys one thing right here is that it's only going to be at a level from here on out. And we are trading my plan. We are planning the trade, and we are trading the plan. And that's fucking it. Cool. Peace, guys.